Hello, hi. I'm Patricia McNeely. I'm an illumined Blu-ray twin flame from Chicago, Illinois. I hope you're doing well today. I want to let you know that there's some things that are going to keep happening here that have a lot to do with your cosmic connections. And I know that this has been confusing for a lot of people. I've been talking about the things that you need to know and not really telling you the things that you want to hear or the fluff. I'm telling you what you need to know. So it's time to start paying attention because there are things you need to know for April, which is going to be a cosmic crunch. You've had something of an event back in 2014 that was referred to as the Grand Cardinal Cross. So this was like flinging yourself out to the four corners. Now it's all going to crunch in. What do you need to know about this? It's time to gather yourself in. It's time to upgrade yourself. It's time to conclude your stuff. So there is a real timing to this. If you are throwing up your hands and saying, I'm going to just hand it off to some other being, or maybe it's not for this life, you're wrong. You're just flat out wrong. I'm going to tell you some of the things that some of the other readers are not going to be able to tell you. Okay? You are rebuilding. This includes your body. This includes rebuilding. It includes rebuilding internal systems and tissues. This is not just about the emotional part of you. You'd like it to be. You'd like to be as simple as, why can't I just pick up the phone and call the person? Well, I'll tell you why. I have these two rocks here as an illustration. One of these things is not like the other. Okay, you have two rocks. Which is bigger? This one is bigger. Which one is heavier? This one's heavier. This is dense, and this is volcanic rock. It's eerie, it's light. You can see it there. It's very eerie and light. Kind of looks a little bit like a meteorite or something like that. Your star seeds actually need to get airy and light and need to be pressed into each other. You have several connections. You don't just have 7 chakras. You have 20, or for some people, you have more. You have channels and meridians that connect you to each other. So if you're wondering why a certain person keeps drifting away from you, it's probably because they can't stay connected to you. If you're looking at someone and you're saying, you know, well, they got married. How long is that marriage really going to last anyway? You have to start getting deeper on some of this stuff. I'm the person to teach you. I've been teaching people. I have quite a few people. It's time to engage your body, both of your bodies. You can't just sit and do meditations in the same old way. Now, that's not to say some people haven't been doing some work. This is about love. This is about being lovers. This is about being sensitive to each other, about depths of intimacy and feeling and sensing and sensuality that are multidimensional. Many times when I get a question, I'll get a question that says, did this person get this thing that I sent them? Did they get a piece of mail or a card that I sent them? And I'll say, did you feel that they did? Sometimes they say, I don't know. It's okay if they don't know, but your body will actually tell you things. Your body is intended to do that, not the phone. Now, millions of dollars have gone into creating the software and the hardware that are our cell phones and the internet. There's been billions of years that you've experienced already as a sentient being, and you're crunching yourself in here with about this much time. So you're going to have your multidimensional crunch going on. That's your cosmic crunch. Tell the tales or it burns inside of you both. Okay, telling the tales means get all the stories out. This is actually from a Madonna song. Tell the tales. That means get all the stories out, get all the past lives, get all the history out. I help you with that. In fact, in every single session I do, there is past life stuff, significant things that not only do I get it out, I am the twin flame whisperer. I'm able to tell you what it is that your twin may have experienced in other lives, because sometimes you're feeling it, although it happened to your twin. How do you account for that? That's a real thing between twin flames. You can feel your twin being sexual. You can feel your twin's hangover. You can feel your twin's headaches. That's a real thing. How do you get clear of that stuff? And how do you make yourself sovereign? I teach you how to work with it. And I do this in a session or in my groups. This isn't stopping, ladies and gentlemen. So not only is there a huge portal that we're coming up to, there is a huge closure. Now, when you hear reports that say things like, there's a lot of healing coming up for twin flames, that's true. But what people seem to leave out is there's a lot of detoxing, and there's a lot of purging, and there is a lot of building up again that is needed. That is where I come in, because I make this easy, I make it concise. I take notes on every single session to help people with an outline of what to do. What do you do in the next few days, in the next couple weeks, so that you ease out of things, so that you feel better? There's another thing to know. It is time for you to do your personal grid work. Do you know how to do that? What I can tell you is that this timeline shift means that you're shifting out of ancient timelines. That means that certain things will never happen, never again. That's why we're getting rid of karma. That is how people are able to heal. When you can close the door to your past and never have a pattern repeated, you can finally breathe and heal from it. That's very real. So that's a part of the time and part of the releasing of karma. But you have your body, your twin flame has their body. You have to be able to each address things. How your twin flame understands things is through you. Another thing to know, grid work. What are the things that you need to clear out of the past, and what are the things that you need to set up for your future? I help you to understand that that is a part of what I teach. You are pressed into each other, like it or not. And again, if you're focused on someone who is an abuser or who has been abusive to you, I kind of caution you, pay attention to the red flags. You may not be able to pay attention to red flags, but you have to, okay? The direction that this is going is that you are not only sensitive, but you're sensitive without being empathic. That is a misconception that all of the feminine will continue to be empathic. It is a misconception that all of the men are not sympathetic somehow, or that somehow they don't understand it, or they're not getting it. The men do. They're doing their part. Furthermore, the masculine energy is the driving force that has propelled this planet up into ascension. That's the electric masculine. You also have a polarity shift going on. So you've got the shift, timeline shift, closure, crunch, and a polarity shift. That's a lot. I know about all of it. Not only that, I've been running classes on it for the past 2 years. I've been running classes on this to empower you so that you know, and furthermore, so that you learn, so that you send the information over to your twin flame. So some of you are going to feel like the gloves are off. And there's something that you need to know. Now, my cue kind of came from an advertisement that came in about shoes, of all things. What does it say there? It says, refresh the essentials. And that's what you are doing. What is essential to you? What are you refreshing? What needs to be refreshed? Rebuilding from the bottom up. Because a lot of people get very happy about 0 point and bringing things to center. But true balance comes when you refresh the inner with the outer and the upper and the lower, as above, so below. If you are one of the activated twin flames from your soul group, please know that you will be going through some things for a time. Down the line, other people will be awakening. So you've got some major stuff this year. You've got the spring equinox or the autumn equinox. There's some flipping of the polarities there. You have April crunch time. That's your cosmic crunch, cosmic and galactic. I help you to remove those galactic cords to the past because that is what I am capable of. Those are how high my connections go. That is what a blue ray means. We are the transporters and the prototypers and the dimensional healers. That is who we are. If you feel that you're getting lost in a sea of tarot readers, okay, come to see me because I make it very focused and very concise on where to focus, what to do, and we get your energies moving and shifting. How would you rebuild your essentials? How do you put your essentials and refresh them? Do you even know what is essential to you? Well, your body is essential. Your two bodies are essential. Love is essential to you. So I have several things to help you with that. I've got 3 twin flame body books. There's 3. I'm coming out with the 4th one very shortly here. And I have a webinar that is pre-recorded. It is called The Sensual Lover. What does that mean, the sensual lover? Well, it means exactly some of the things that you want it to mean. It means sensuality. It means the erotic, high-level stuff that people really want to have. It also means of the senses. Do you want a lover who is of the senses, who is tuned into you, who is able to feel and be responsive and not reactive? Are you that lover? Now, I also talk in here about your senses. What are the additional senses that you have? You might be aware of some of them. Some of them you may be actually surprised at how much, but it all plays a part in your future and in your physical union. Because people who are activated twin flames don't just make love in the human body. You make love above you. You also will be having out-of-body love making that creates the third energy. So do you want to be a dense heavy, or do you want to be a light and airy and bigger? Okay? So my books are actually very good. They have a lot of tips. There are exercises in each one. The next one will have a special meditation prayer. And I have a few questions for men. So step aside, ladies. These are for the men. Men, are you taking care of the parts of you that are important for being in love? Are you not only guarding your heart, are you checking your heart? Are you taking care of your spine? Are you taking care of your internal reproductive parts? If not, there are things that you should know. Herbs, which will help you, essential oils. I teach about those things. I have some of those things in my webinars. So my webinars are not just for females. My webinars are for everybody. Gay, straight, bi, trans, even if you are not sure. Even if you're not even sure you're a twin flame. My information is about the ascension and the light body and bringing you home to love. And it's time to simplify this and answer the question, why are you here? You're here because everybody was invited for a fresh start, to receive a new template, get rid of the old ones, get rid of all the pain, refresh your essentials, come together, and go home. Doesn't that sound lovely? It gets complicated by the mind, but there's been a lot of things that we've stored up, a lot of things that we've had to remember, or had to do, or done by rote. You clear up your ancestry when you are doing the cosmic level stuff. In this manner, if you're a man, you help to heal your grandpa, your uncles, your dad, and your children, or your children's children. You may not care about your grandpa or your great-grandpa. You may not even know where you were born or what your ethnicity is. But it happens, and it happens through you. If you're a woman, you're healing all of that ancestral stuff, all of the breeding and all of the, dying in childbirth and all of the things put upon you. If you're a man, you're healing all of the things that have been put upon you. Having to conform to things that you're just outgrowing and you don't fit. Now, I'm going to tell you what this energy is about. We're in a retrograde. We are firmly in a retrograde. A lot of you know it. You're having trouble with your laptop or your device. You know what my phone did? My phone completely reset itself to December 31st, 2015. How's that for a sign? I mean, and it just did it spontaneously. And then it went doo-doo-doo-doo. Like it was all finished. Do you know what else happened? The power went out. Something broke. I got the chills. Okay, all of this stuff, when you feel that energy drop, okay, you know what I'm talking about now, okay? Don't keep scratching your head and saying, I wonder what's going on, or let me go check, the internet, see what everybody else is doing. It's time to start learning this for your own union, for your own self. Because just imagine, you're looking at the internet. What's your twin doing? How do you send the signal to them? It's not with what you're reading. It's not with what you're taking in mentally. It's with what you're able to help them with through the body. That's how you help them. That's how they don't go, oh my God, what's happening now? Oh my God, what's happening now? Maybe they're going off to therapy for something. Maybe they're having a bipolar experience. Maybe they're seeking comfort with someone else. How do you nip this in the bud? It's time to start learning your body. I don't have nearly enough people as I really should be reaching with all the great information I have. Okay? I'm making it as reasonable as possible. I am a great teacher. I take a lot of good care for people, and I do follow-ups with people to see how they are doing after we've done some work together. How do you get rid of the things that have been embedded in you or your twin flame? You come to see someone like me, and we don't go with all of the dark negative. Everyone's had dark negative crap. I mean, it's just a thing. That's how the past has been. It's been dense. It's been like this rock. It's dense. Okay? But let's make it airy and light. Let's get rid of it. Let's refresh the essential parts of you. I'm going to touch a little bit on what's essential for you, just so you know. And I'm going to keep hammering you and hammering you until you get this. So pay attention. Your heart is essential. Your breath and respiration is essential. Your digestion is essential. Your spine is essential. Your mobility is essential. Okay, that's going to be the majority of people. I have had people show up for my classes that have been in wheelchairs. I have had people that have shown up and they actually don't know what's wrong with them, and we pinpoint it, okay, and we get rid of it. I get rid of it, but I work with them and they participate. That is something to know about the future. Even if you're flat out of energy, the day is going to come where you will participate and you'll feel like participating. There are people who've had lives that are just so flat out and dull, or you may have been enslaved and worked to death, literally worked to death, and you might not be sure what to do. That's a lot of the people that they call Generation X and Generation Z. They don't know what they want to do for a living. They don't know what they want to do with themselves. But let me tell you something. Once they start activating their light body, the inspirations come and they start formulating it. And I've had some great people just pick up the ball and run with it. That is innovation, and that is abundance. Those are the things that people are expected to do, even if you can't do it for right now. You're being empowered so that you can do the things you love. What else do you need to know? Well, some of the other things for twin flames are that you are quite literally putting yourselves together. You're putting yourselves together. You're pressed in, okay? You have a connection. Your body wants to get rid of everything that's not you. So I'm trying to keep this as simple for you as possible in layman's terms. Believe me, I can get technical, but it doesn't always help people, because the number one question I would get a long time ago was, when am I going to be kissing my twin? Okay, it was something along those lines. Does my twin think about me? You know, I would get all this great stuff, and I still do. I know your star origins. I know your past lives. I also know some of the timing, and a lot of you are intended to be kissing this year and being sensual lovers. You already have been sensual lovers. It's part of your makeup. Everybody has gifts. Everybody is psychic. It's just that some people are either covered up or they're dense. When you get airy, you too get psychic. You too start feeling things. You too, you will channel your own twin. You don't need someone else to channel your twin. You'd be surprised at how a person has actually been able to channel someone else's twin. It's usually been because of past life stuff, which still gets disentangled. So, would you like to refresh your essentials? Come and see me. Try the books. I have all 3 books. The links are below. They're on my website. Or have a spirit chat with me. This is very good if you are just starting out, and if you want some questions. This can be for any situation also. Divorces, encouragement, getting things on track. If you feel that you've somehow fallen off the track, helps with that. Causal body energy session. This one, I do very specific energy work. Your causal body is your manifester. The cause part of it means how you cause things to happen. It's not dualistic. It's not cause and effect. It's like wishing, okay? Your causal body works with your wishes, where it goes doo-doo-doo-doo, but your causal body is a very high connection. You have that, but you need help clearing it. That is where I come in. That is what I do. I work with people. I've done a lot of training to do this, and I've been doing it already very successfully. When I say successfully, I am having people coming together and sticking the landing, because when you come in from a cosmic place, you got to be able to stick the landing here. You have to sometimes slow down. So if you want a tip for this retrograde, fast for 2 days. Okay? Do a mini fast of just liquids. If you need help with any of the things, any of the recommendations, come on over to my other website, Twin Flame Body. I have protein supplements, to help you with a fast. I also help you to know what supplements are helpful for your situation or your body. Do you have anxiety? Do you have hypoglycemia? Are you recovering from an addiction? Are you trying to help your twin flame with those things? Because, it's one thing if it's you, but how do you help your twin? That is how I help you. I tell you very specifically what things you can take, when, how, what to do, and you start getting it completely out, gone. If you're not sure, email me at twinflamesmerge@gmail.com. So thanks everybody for watching. Pay attention to my upcoming videos, or like me on Instagram, because I'm trying to post things there spontaneously. This energy is going to slow some people down a bit. I know what it's about. I've been waiting for this. I mean, not waiting, but I've been expecting, because I've had the signal for a long time. This is a big one, okay? For those people who've been doing some work, the higher work, or who have worked with me, you're a little bit ahead of the game. If you're just coming on and finding out what this is, you know, where you're not sure, is this a twin flame journey? Am I a twin flame? Come and see me, because I help to make it very simple. And welcome to you. Don't be deterred by some of the scary stuff you see on people's postings, okay? We're turning the corner on that. Runners don't always run. Chasers don't always chase. And by the way, that's a mammal thing. All mammals have chased each other. It's mating season. It's spring fever, okay? Running and chasing happens. It's happened for lifetimes. The animals do it. But listen, you are higher consciousness beings. You're not going to be doing that forever. You are here to be the sensual lover. Check out the link below with my descriptions. Click the links. You'll see an expanded description. Thank you so much for being on the journey. Thank you for your devotion to your twin. Thank you. Please subscribe if my videos are helpful to you. And I look forward to seeing some of you in a session. Have a session with me. Thank you. Bye.